Call the meeting to order. Start with a pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Just gonna make myself. Okay, there are no minutes to that were sent out, so we're gonna move on past that.
Special meeting minutes, those are the only ones.
Well, we'll do them both next time.
Oh, okay.
So we were going to have a public hearing to override the tax levy limit. May I have a motion to the public hearing on the tax levy override?
I'll move that. I'll second that.
Okay. Public hearing is now open. Is there anyone wishing to speak regarding the tax levy override? Okay. Just to let the public know, we did. I do have our tentative budget right here, and it's. I think that the public will be satisfied with what the board is going to hopefully adopt in the future. So may I have a motion to close the public hearing?
I like that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, public hearing's closed. So we're going to have another public hearing to consider the West Phoenix Fire Protection Agreement. I have a motion to open up the public hearing regarding the West Phoenix Fire Agreement.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Is there anyone wishing to speak regarding the West Phoenix Fire Agreement? Okay. I have a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll move it. I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Public hearing is now closed. Citizens' comments. Do we have anyone wishing to speak tonight? And it looks like we do. Regarding any town issues? Yes, ma'am.
Do I move the microphone?
If you would.
Okay. Hi, I'm Norma Newman from Pulaski, but I've been a lifelong resident up until probably the last 10 years. So I'm speaking on behalf of the budget and putting the cemeteries in them, the last 3 remaining cemeteries, and we are very grateful for the extra money we got last year. Want to thank you very, very much for considering how important it is to take care of the cemeteries that are still remaining so that you don't have to do it as it would cost you 3 or 4 times what you give us in the budget. And we're trying, speaking on behalf of Lysander Cemetery, we use a good share of for the mowing, which is like $3,850 every year. And we have been able to put 2 roads down, which is wonderful, and then they've looped around so that when a funeral director comes in, he's able to go totally around to make the burials and not have to try to back out and do what they have to do. And the rest of it will be used to widen the back of that part of the cemetery because it kind of builds up and they want to make it so it doesn't get overgrown. And I think there's somebody else here on behalf of maybe Jacksonville and Plainville, and they would like to speak, but we thank you very much. Can't thank you enough for all the help you have given us. It's greatly appreciated.
Thank you for the update. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
Good evening. My name is Maisel Markham. I'm president of the Jacksonville Cemetery Association Board of Trustees. We're very, very appreciative of all the funds that you've given us in the past and very appreciative of the raise we got this past budget. And we hope that you see fit to consider keeping it at those levels. It's very important to us. Without those extra funds, we would not be able to keep the cemetery in the condition that it is, which a lot of people say is very well kept. So I just want to thank you for the money and thank you for considering us to keeping it at the same level for this year, and hope it goes on without having to ask for more all the time. So, thank you very much.
I'm Ruth Troy, and I'm the Director of Canton Woods, and I wanted to come tonight and formally thank this board for their continued and consistent support of the Senior Center. We do appreciate that, and I also would like to extend a thank you to Deputy Supervisor Gerasi for his public recognition and support of the good work that we do. So thank you, very much appreciated.
Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Ed Schmidt, you already know that, I live at 3695 Hayes Road. I'm just looking for an update on the no parking signs for Hayes Road.
Okay. Anyone else?
Tough one to follow. Fred Birch, 8865 Plainville Road. Good evening. Wanted to thank the people who came out for the cemetery for their insight. And I also wanted to thank members of the Lysander Cemetery and anybody associated with it. I've been digging the grave sites there for 17 years. And in May, I got a call from one of the trustees in South Carolina that they couldn't make it up to a burial. And would I just go there and handle it? They trusted me. Well, it turned out that the maps that the cemetery had were completely off. I wound up digging 6 graves worth of graves to find the one spot that we needed, because the maps were 100 years old. 4 or 5 different head trustees and line. So the cemetery members talked it over and they decided after 17 years that it was time for Fred to get a raise. They gave me a $100 raise. And I wanted to say thank you very much for people associated with that. It meant quite a bit to me. I not only did that, they back paid me for sites that I'd done in the past, thinking that I should have gotten it earlier. I hadn't asked them because I know the issues that they were going through. And something I want to point out that they're well aware of. Every time I go there and dig a grave, I bring a piece of equipment, a bobcat, an excavator, a tractor, something to do that. And every time I'm there, I pick something at the cemetery that I see that's gone unattended. A tree that fell over, a stump that needs to be taken out, a headstone that fell over that could be set back up, brush that could be pushed back. And I pick a project every time that I'm there and do it pro bono, because they're my neighbors. I like them. I have the capacity. I'm already there. Why not get it done? So I wanted to let you know that. And why people are out got their hand out asking for money. I'm going to ask for money too. I'll give you an update on the speeding on Plainville Road. There's been approximately 250 tickets written in the past 2 months. And to put that into perspective, maybe over the past 5 years, there may have been a handful of tickets. To also put that in a different perspective, we could give 250 tickets per day, easily. These 250 tickets that have accumulated have been from 5 minutes here, 20 minutes there, or half an hour there sitting, and I appreciate every minute that they do sit there. Lately, they haven't been able to because we've got a lot of rain and spend money in the spot where I've dedicated. I've been in talks with the highway superintendent about maybe getting some grindings over there enough so that they can park off the side of the road and get the vehicle where it's not on the other side of the white line. They're safer, they're a little bit more hidden, they can do their job better. They got a job or a place where they can got good foundation, they'll show up more. So if we can line that up, that would be fantastic. Since talking with the troopers, I found out that there's been numerous calls for Lamson Road, Church Road, and Plainville Road, both ends of it. And so I'm here to ask the board for some monies for public safety. I would like this board to consider a $10,000 grant, loan, whatever you want to call it, for public safety in the Lamson Road, Church Road, Plainville Road corridor. I don't think it's unprecedented. I know there's communities that have done things like that in the past to give an incentive to the police to come out and serve the area a little bit more. We're on the far reaches of our township. It takes the police longer to get there than any other area in our township. Radisson has an HMO. They've raised monies to have sheriffs drive through their neighborhood. I'm not sure that they do anything other than drive through the neighborhood, but I mean, at least they do that. If we could somehow figure out how maybe $10,000 could be properly used in that corridor to improve public safety, it would be greatly appreciated. Not only that, I think we can make our money back. I don't know the figures because I'm not involved with the court. But if you extrapolate the money that our town gets from those tickets, and these tickets are 20, 30 miles an hour over the speed limit, they're not 5 mile an hour tickets. I think we get a certain percentage of that. I think we can, if we invest and put people there and make it safer, I think we can recoup a lot of that cost. Something I'd like to talk with the board more about. Maybe not during the meeting, but during the day when you might have the time. I appreciate the time that you give me today. Thank you very much.
Anyone else?
Hi, my name is Sherry Woods, and I'm here on behalf of the Plainville Rural Cemetery Association. I just wanted to come this evening to thank the board for the extra monies that you have allowed us to use for our expenses. I don't have all of our mowing invoices yet for this year, but right now we're at $7,200 just in mowing costs. Of course, the cemetery doesn't make money unless someone passes and either is buried or buys plots. So, that's, the mowing cost went up just about 30% from last year. Also, we were faced with an increase in liability insurance that the cemetery is required to have. So, again, I'm here this evening to say, thank you very much. I know costs are going up all over, but it has really meant a lot this year for Plainville, and I'm speaking on behalf of our board members. Just wanted to come and personally thank you all for that. Thank you.
I'll make it quick. My name's Charlie Laprise, 3409 Patchett Road. I'm also the president of the Board of Directors of the Cantonwood Senior Center. And I too just wanted to thank the board for your continued support in the center. The importance of the center is very important in this area, especially with the new potential company coming in with all the people. So again, it's a big thank you. So, thanks.
Anyone else? We'll move on to the town board comments. We'll start with you tonight, Mr. Moore.
Thank you, everybody, for coming and speaking at the mic. It's very nice to have people come up. Doesn't happen all the time. I hear we got some good weather coming in for the weekend. I hope everybody enjoys it. I also, we know what time of year it is. Enjoy the sunshine while it's here. That's all.
I'm going to talk about Canton Woods just briefly. As you know, because I've said it before, I'm the town of Lysander's representative on that board, and it's just, it's really, you want to work with a good organization, work with that organization. The folks that showed up tonight and thanked us, their thank you is really appreciative, because this town of Lysander has shown genuine support for Canton Woods. But I thought it would be helpful to the community, for the folks watching this in the audience. Well, what do you mean by support? There are two towns, Lysander and Van Buren, and the village of Baldwinsville, who a long time ago agreed to create the senior center. And the town and Van Buren each contribute $66,950. And Baldwinsville takes care of the building. They own the building. They pay for the staff. They do all the interior painting and snow removal and all of that. And I had our comptroller do the math on this. And if you have somewhere between a $200,000 and a $250,000 house, that $66,000 is costing you $8 and change. And what a bargain you're getting, because these are people, some of them are in desperate need, some of them are just really lonely. I mean, they're widowed or widowers, and they're all who we are going to become. Actually, today's my 72nd birthday, so I'm one of them already. Thank you. But these are our parents, our grandparents, and what a jewel Canton Woods is to our community in terms of the amount of money that we have to spend to get the quality of program that we have. Most communities don't have what we have in Canton Woods. So I hope you all appreciate the fact that this board and Van Buren, there was a little talk about Van Buren cutting back its money, but I heard because of some other support that went to their meeting last night that they re-up the amount of money they're going to contribute to Canton Woods, and let's hope it stays that way. It ought not to be a debate. This is really a good facility. And so it's one of the things that I think living in this community we all ought to be proud of. Thank you.
Mr. Kudarowski.
I just want to wish Mr. Drossi a happy birthday. Thanks for coming today.
Coming to a town board meeting on that
I know, I'd be home eating cake right now, watching a football game, but thank you for all that, everyone out there for coming. It's nice to see a packed crowd. Thank you for the cemetery, for all that you guys do. Canton Woods, we had discussions, I had discussions with Mr. Drossi about all the services that you provide, and I'm glad to hear that Van Buren is stepping up as well too, so happy to hear that.
Thank you for all coming tonight. I appreciate all your comments. Cemeteries, it's near to my heart. I have people in Jacksonville and Lysander, probably some in Plainville that are distant relatives. There's votes in, got an election in a few weeks. Make sure you get out and vote. Exercise your right. You put people in office to do what you hope is the best thing. Other than that, hopefully you'll come. We'll be giving our public hearing on the budget. Next meeting, do we have to schedule that? I didn't see it on our agenda. So, but that was all from me. Thank you.
Were you asking me? I'm sorry.
Well, I was just,
Yeah,
I looked through and I didn't see the public hearing for the budget scheduled.
It is gonna be on the first week, the board meeting, November,
Third,
yes.
Yeah, we need to schedule it tonight.
Okay, let's schedule it.
are they,
No,
but are we
we-
gonna meet here in this room with voting?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Still ongoing?
Yeah, they don't vote at night.
But I don't know how many more machines will be in this room.
Well, it'll be okay.
Okay.
The machines will be in the corner. We'll set it up, it'll be
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, I thought we talked about that. I didn't.
I mean, I know we did it for the
Yeah,
primary.
you and I talked about it yesterday,
Yeah,
and I said, yeah, 'cause I gotta put the legal in the paper. So, yeah.
but we don't have to put it on the, to announce for, we don't have to have a resolution to schedule it?
Oh, the motion for the public hearing, you mean? Yes.
Yeah.
We do it last.
Is it on here?
Oh, that was to override the tax levy limit.
So we can add it if you want.
Yeah, we'll have to.
We can add it at the end if you want.
Yeah.
Is that what you meant, Kevin?
Yeah, it's, we just got to make a motion. I didn't know if we were doing it.
I thought you meant like,
different
yeah, it's
time.
on the schedule. I'm ready to go. Let's go.
We got to vote on it.
All right, we'll put it as motion and then.
No, motion, because they got a motion on, that's another one.
Oh.
Okay.
I'll write it up and then.
Right, thank you. Okay, the public safety funding, that's not a bad idea. How that works, we have to contract with the sheriff's department. You can't contract with the state police. They don't contract with municipalities. But that is something prior to the next meeting that we can talk about. I don't know if the sheriff's office can even do that. I'll talk with, we have a deputy in the back. I'll talk with them after the meeting if in fact they're even doing that anymore. But that's how that works. You contract to for additional traffic safety within the town. Then they have to accept it, we have to get a number and things like that. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that because the current sheriff is on his way out and there's a new sheriff coming in, but we can at least have a discussion about that. That isn't a bad idea. Canton Woods, I agree with Mr. Gerasi and so do the rest of the board. You know, we're supportive of that. We need to support certain things in our community that are important in our community, and certainly taking care or providing facilities for seniors to go to. I think, and I think I'm speaking for the board, we feel that that's an important aspect of what our community should be providing. And there's, you know, we plan on at least maintaining that funding, and hopefully, if the economy gets better, that we can raise the funding. But it's hard to do that when people are getting laid off, when you're trying to keep the taxes down, because like I explained to other people during meetings, that if you're a household and you're making $50,000 with a family of 4, and you're living paycheck to paycheck, and your taxes increase, but you're living paycheck to paycheck and there's no more money coming in, what do? Well, if those taxes increase, you have to pay your taxes. There's nothing we can do about that. Well, you're gonna have to cut back on something else. So when we go over our budget, you'll see that we kept the taxes way down. In fact, there was a slight increase, but an increase that no one, if they're not looking at their taxes, would even notice that it's coming. And we did that because we maintained a solid fund balance. Over the last couple of years, we knew this was coming, so this recession, so we actually built that fund balance up higher than normal. But that was so that during this year and next year, we can use a larger portion of that fund balance to offset any type of tax increase. I received an email in my private emails about a fire on Mechanic Street. I didn't know about it, but apparently a family, a lady and 2 kids, had lost everything in the fire. So in the email, they were looking for a place that's furnished that this mother and her 2 children can move into. So if anybody knows about that, if you contact the office, and I'll forward that information on. I read the email quickly and I can't remember exactly who is taking that information, but I can get that. So we have a local family. They have 2 kids. One goes to Durgee, one goes to Baker, so they are preferring something local so those kids can continue to go to the school. And I'll try and find out more information on that, but that's what they're looking for now, is someplace that's furnished. Cemetery funding. I looked at our cemetery budget, looked like we increased it slightly, but it certainly, not every line, but it certainly didn't decrease. So, you know, it's gonna be at least the same as it was last year. Without looking at it specifically, there were a couple of minor increases, but we tried not to. We know those areas are important, and we tried to maintain the funding, which we did. Okay. Department head reports, Mr. Rivazig.
Mr. Merrill.
We have the
expansion or extension to the Spence parking lot as part of the field project was finally completed earlier this week, so that lot is now 100% usable, so I don't know the exact, I think initially the exact count of additional spaces was 66. I think we're gonna be up to around 70 plus
The
additional
boulders put
parking
up
lots.
too?
Yeah, we put, we lined Smoky Hollow Road, with, boulders, exactly the same as what's along Hinkle, for the soccer field. These boulders that we put out just are gonna prevent people from driving in or out anywhere else other than the driveway. So it's nice, it's, now usable, and, with that, I am still not removing the no parking signs along our driveway, so those will be up, for a while, so. Halloween window painting is scheduled for this Saturday within the village. We've got, more than 200, people, I will say, because it's not just kids, but more than 200 registered to, paint business windows. Throughout the village, that is 10 to 1, I believe it is, 10 to 1. So weather is going to be beautiful for everybody participating in that. At the same time, the chamber is presenting their trick-or-treating. So kids that are down there, anybody that's down there part of window painting, they can then go trick-or-treating at any of the participating businesses. And then following that, we have Orange and Olive Design Center. They are presenting a haunted house at Lysander Park. The haunted house, I know they're presenting a movie. They've got some vendors. That's 3 to 9 all at Lysander Park. So should be a exciting day for Halloween.
Were you able to finish the,
I'm sorry?
were you able to finish the overseeing?
No, we're not, we wouldn't,
That's springtime.
yeah, that's gonna be early spring.
Okay. And then,
That's it.
Mr. Sweetek, did you address the parking sign issue?
I did not. I had my secretary went out for the past 2 weeks, so I've been doing clerical work along with being out in the field, so I meant to get a hold of Mr. Voss and just did not find time to do that.
Okay. I know you were working on the mailboxes on Eden and Exeter.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say. Thank the residents of Eden, Exeter, and Smallwood for their patience. The road is in, the mailboxes are all moved. The lawns will be restored in the springtime. And if I might start one other thing soon, as we all know, it can snow anytime now. Please keep your garbage cans in the driveway. That's so helpful to the guys in plows. That's it.
Okay. Mr. Yeager?
We did have a bit of a development on the Mills Road water project today. The State Historic Preservation Office came back. That area is an archaeological sensitive area. We are going to have to do a phase 1A and B archaeological study before we can take any further action on that project.
Did you explain that to the representative? Oh, that's why he's not here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, would you say that the cost was going to be on that?
I haven't gotten a formal quote yet. I anticipate it to be between $3,000 and $5,000.
Is that going to increase the number was 600? Is that going to increase that, or was that?
Well, I mean, this would be an ARPA. I would assume we would use ARPA funding for that. Otherwise, we have to come up with money to fund it someplace because there is no district at this point in time.
I see. Okay. All right.
I'll have to.
Okay, so I just have one thing, speaking of snow. I sent out the notice to contractors for snow plowing at the Troopers Barracks. And I have a couple people who are gonna be sending us their quotes. So I gave them till November 3rd to do so. And hopefully we'll have a resolution then for whoever we accept.
Okay,
So I'll keep you posted.
all right, is that it?
Yes.
Move on to the regular agenda items. I have a motion to adopt the local law to override the tax levy limit established in General Municipal Law 3C.
I'll move that. I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to authorize the town supervisor to sign the 2023 fire protection agreement by and between the town of Lysander and Enterprise Fire Company Number 1, which is the West Phoenix Fire Protection Agreement.
I'll move it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to authorize the town supervisor to sign the snow and ice cooperative agreement between the town of Lysander and Onondaga County. The contract term is 10/1/2022 through 5/31/2024.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
Did the highway, are you good with what's in there?
So they increased it from 2 to 3%, right? Yeah. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to approve the first and final payment for the Willett Parkway Culvert Repair Project in the amount of $407,416.40 as recommended in the town engineer's letter dated October 12, 2022, contingent upon final authorization from New York State DOT Region 3.
I'll move that.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Now that was on a grant. We received a grant for that. I think the grant was $445,000.
465.
465, so we came in under at 407,000, so that more than covered the cost of the culvert. So, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to approve the spending of $47,000 of ARPA funding for the West Genesee Water District Fire Side-In Water Main Relocation Project, including anticipated construction phase engineering services.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Okay, if you haven't been aware, this is something that occurred about 50 years ago, and it was a mistake by the town, essentially, at the time. And fortunately, we received some grant funding that we were able to utilize this $47,000 for. Otherwise, that would have been paid, that would have had to have been paid by the district. There was no other way that we legally could pay it, but we were able to use this grant funding. So that district, those people in that district, there's what, about 28 or 30 homes?
24 homes.
24 homes in that district, they would have been paying that $47,000, so fortunately, they don't have to now. When do we think, are we gonna be able to get that done this year?
Yeah, target is around Thanksgiving time to do the work.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay,
a little bit of a lead time on the tapping sleeve valve I found out today.
okay. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the CHA proposal for construction phase services related to the West Genesee Water District Fireside and Water Main Relocation Project not to exceed $5,000 at the rate stated in a previously authorized municipal engineering service agreement.
Move that.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? And that $5,000 is included in the $47,000. Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to take receipt of the funding in the amount of $2,575 from Syracuse Onondaga County Youth Bureau for the reimbursement of program expenses for Lysander Parks and Recreation.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Mr. Merrill, you want to explain that?
It's, I mean, as it states in there, it's provided, through the Syracuse Onondaga County Youth Bureau. There's a brief application process to go through. We just explained to them what, you know, the various programs, we have, and, I have not gotten into, conversation with the Youth Bureau as far as what they use to determine, our qualification for the money. I was happy to get it.
Oh, you qualify.
We did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you know how much you're getting when you apply, or if they just send?
No.
Oh, okay, no. So it's, you might get nothing, you might get,
I would
Okay.
imagine so, yeah. I mean, I
Okay.
would imagine they could say, well, you don't qualify, or the programs don't, or whatever, but, I haven't looked into it.
no, that's good. Source of revenue, that's great.
Right, yeah, so.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to accept the resignation of Brandon Lindebrand, Building and Grounds Maintenance, effective Tuesday, October 25th, 2022.
I'll move that.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Just want to thank Mr. Lindebrand for the help he has over the years maintaining our building and grounds for this building here. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to authorize the town of Lysander to levy unpaid 2022 water bills onto the 2023 county town tax bills.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to appoint Nate Monica as wing person in the highway department with a salary of $18.51 per hour.
I'll move it.
I'll second that.
Okay, the dollar amount, so people know, this is all spelled out in the labor agreement we have with the Teamsters Union. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. I have a motion to appoint Dave Wadham as wing person in the highway department with a salary of $18.51 per hour.
I'll move it. I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to appoint Andy Rice as wing person in the highway department with a salary of $18.51 per hour.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. May I have a motion to declare the following items surplus from the town clerk's office. Samsung Galaxy Digital Passport Camera serial number CN2FB007QAR, a mini router serial number A01E0B005848, and an iStation Passport printer serial number 5J8270.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Do they change software, or is it?
Yeah, this is now out of date. It just basically stopped working. So when I called to order a new system, it was gonna be about $3,500. And we don't really even make that much money in a year selling passports or pictures for that matter. We were charging $10 a picture. So I just didn't think that I didn't feel it was right to spend that money if we're not really making it back.
Right.
And you can go to any, Rite Aid or Walmart, get your pictures done. So, but we're still processing passports, we're just not taking the
Just not doing
pictures.
the pictures. Okay.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. Okay, we added two additional motions to the agenda. Motion N is a motion to approve spending of $50,000 of ARPA funding for the Greater Baldwinsville Ambulance Corps to assist with the purchase of a new ambulance.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? So the president of the ambulance corps and other people associated with the ambulance corps came in and explained to us their need for the ambulance, and with COVID and things, and this is where the ARPA funding is supposed to go to help not-for-profits and public safety and infrastructure, especially due to COVID, and they had a loss of revenue due to COVID, and I think they said like $265,000 for their ambulance to purchase that.
A new one.
A new one, so this just goes to help them purchase that new ambulance, and I think I and the rest of the board think they do a great job for the community. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. Motion N, or O, did you read that for me, Miss?
Oh, I gave it to you.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it. I have a motion to hold a public hearing to approve the 2023 budget on Thursday, November 3rd, 2022 at 7 p.m. in Lysander Town Hall. This resolution shall authorize the town clerk to authorize for same.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Okay, November 3rd, at public hearing, that's when we will give you a comprehensive overview of how we put the budget together and what's in the budget. And we will have the comptroller and I will do a PowerPoint presentation, and you'll have an opportunity, if you take a look at the budget, to ask questions at that time. So I would encourage people to show up, and if they have any questions about the budget, we'd be happy to answer. Any further discussion?
Did you go on that?
What?
Yeah.
You didn't vote on it yet? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Any further discussion?
No.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried.
My old age.
The,
You need an executive session.
yes, I would like to have an executive session to discuss the specific job performance of a specific individual employee. So may I have a motion to go into executive session at 7:42?
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Executive.